To preface this video, I'm going to be talking to my grandfather, who I lost to lung cancer. So this is going to be an emotional video. This video's title is Dear Grandpa. So, around June last year, my grandfather was diagnosed with lung cancer. I took the news not very hard. He had survived cancer once, and I figured he'd survive it again. He had colon cancer before I was born and was actually diagnosed cancer-free on my birthday, the day I was born, February 5th, 1998. So, I wasn't too concerned. A couple months later, I heard he was really sick and he was going into surgery. They removed part of his lung, and he was supposed to recover fine. But he was getting really sick and not recovering very fast. He was losing weight. He wouldn't eat. He was on chemo, and he wasn't doing well. So they sent him to a long-term care facility in Chicago. In that facility, he was starved, left in his own filth, and ended up getting an infection, which ended up taking his life. This facility, I don't know the name of. They killed my grandfather. They left him in a dark room by himself, didn't feed him, didn't clean him, didn't do anything with him. And then he got really sick and was rushed to the hospital. He was basically starving to death at this point. Then they found he had an infection. And they couldn't locate the cause of the infection. And on January 25th, 2016, he lost his life in his battle to cancer. Now, lung cancer is a very serious thing, and it's not something many people survive of, from what I'm told. Unfortunately, he was one of the many that loses their lives to it. He probably could have survived if he was cared for properly in the long-term care facility. This video is basically a letter of what I would love to tell him today, because he saw his granddaughter failing to live. His granddaughter with no will to live, sitting in front of a computer screen every day, no job, no degree, no high school diploma even. He saw a musically talented artist barely living life. And today, I'm almost done with the training program. I have my GED diploma, my high school equivalency diploma, and my life is better. I'm going to have my driver's license in a few months. I'm going to be going for my state test in a few months, and I'll be certified. And I have made my life better on my own decisions. But he didn't live to see that. He only saw this broken girl dying to make a name for herself, but not knowing how. He supported my music. He bought me my first instrument, was a cello. A third grader begged him for that instrument. He why don't you play the violin? I wanted the cello. He got me music lessons in 5th grade. He got me guitar and singing lessons. He practically raised me when I was younger. And today, He's gone. He's watching me from wherever you go when you die. I'm not a believer in heaven nor hell. I believe in the universe. But I believe in what can be seen, not the unknown. I'm hoping there's somewhere out there that he's watching me right now. And I hope that he's proud of me. He wasn't always proud of me for my decisions with my gender. He didn't exactly approve of me dressing like a guy. But he loved me for who I was, not what I looked like. And he loved me because I was his granddaughter. Dear Grandpa, just know I miss you. Your wings were ready, and my heart wasn't. The day I heard you passed away was the day my heart died. Again. I fell into my abusive boyfriend's arms when I got back to school and cried. A couple days prior, I heard you were probably not going to make it, and I walked around center crying and screaming, "It's not fair." Crying on the phone with my mom. Screaming, "It's not fair." Many students walked up to me, and many walked away because I looked at them with pain in my eyes, and they knew to leave me be. That abusive man I called my love stood by me, confused on what to do, not trying to comfort me, but just staring. That day you died, I had just came out of my therapy appointment. My mom told me I didn't cry. I went numb. I numbed the feeling, sat in the car and didn't talk the entire way back to school. It was a Monday afternoon, and I felt like my heart just shattered. I hadn't seen or talked to you in 3 years. I hadn't heard your voice since the day you moved to Chicago with my aunt and uncle. I hadn't hugged you or saw you. And because of school, I couldn't go see you before you died. Plus, my grandmother didn't want me to see you like that. The chances of us making it out there in time were slim, but I wanted to. Unfortunately, with school, I couldn't, and I regret it to this day. I miss you. I love you. Just know that forever. Later that month, my abusive boyfriend and me broke up, and a man came into my life. It was quick after the breakup, and he swept me back into sanity. He repaired my heart. He listened to my pain. He comforted me, and now I'm proud to call him my fiancé. You won't live to see your granddaughter married. You didn't live to see your granddaughter married. You won't live to see your great-grandchildren, but just know they'll exist. And I know you'll protect us. I know you're protecting us wherever you are, and I know you still love me. I talk about you fondly. You are the reason I never gave up on art. You are the reason I never gave up on music. And to this day, I stare at the cello wanting to pick it back up again, but I don't have the courage or the strength because I know that's my one last connection to you. The instrument you were so proud of me for playing, the instrument you watched me play for years, has sat for the last months since you were in the hospital because I can't bear to look at it. I can't even pick it up. I can't even think to play it because it causes me pain. It's my last connection to you. The last thing I remember you giving me, the gift of art. This day I better my art, and one day I'll pick it back up when I get the strength. But for now I sit here in front of this computer on my weekend break, crying and thinking of you. My brain and my heart don't want to believe you're gone. But tomorrow I'll see my grandmother, my aunt, and my uncle, and my cousin, who was only 6 years old when you passed. Well, 5 at the time, because his birthday was in March 31st, but he doesn't understand you're gone. One day he will, but for now he's young and naive, like I wish I could be. After 3.5 years of not seeing them, I'm not prepared. Your funeral was Friday, that's why they're out here, and I couldn't go because of school. Plus their ignorance to not think about me or my mother, so we could go, didn't find us a place to stay, so I couldn't even take the leave that I needed to go there and say my last goodbyes. You got what you wanted, your military funeral. You're a veteran of the Air Force. You went to Vietnam. I thank you for your service, Grandpa. You made this world a better place. You taught me how to art, how to love. You taught me how to live. You taught me what music was, and you taught me how to draw. You never gave up on me, and you believed that one day I'd be great. And now I'm becoming a CNA, so I can give people the chance you should have had, the care you should have had. I will not neglect them like they neglected you. I will care for them with my love and my being. I will kill my body doing this, but I will do it because I love it, and I will think of you. I know you didn't like tattoos, but I got a tattoo in your honor, my first tattoo. I miss you, and I love you. Just know I really do. I know you're out there watching me right now, and you don't want me to be sad. But, of course, I'll be sad. You are one of the reasons I am still alive today. You are the reason I survived this many years. You were my rock and my savior. And now, all I can say is I love you. I'm sorry that I hadn't seen you or talked to you in so long. And I'm sorry I never got to say goodbye. If I could take it all now and been the one taking your cancer and died myself, so you could have let Sebi have the chances I had, the care I had, I would have died in your place. Sebi will never know his grandfather like I knew. But I'll make sure Sebastian remembers you. And I'll tell him all the stories of how you made me feel loved in a world where hatred is very apparent. All I can do is say thank you for everything you gave me, and I'm happy you're not in pain anymore. And just know your wings were ready, but my heart wasn't.